So you're a copywriter, beginner or not, you're looking for clients, you've tried everything, you've tried email, you've tried Facebook, you've tried LinkedIn, you've even considered making ads, but nothing is working and you're not making any progress. Now, if you struggle long enough, you might eventually, through trial and error, realize what mistakes you're making that are holding you back from landing any clients. But I don't want this to take way too long for you because, copywriting is progressing really fast and getting clients is only getting harder. And that's why in this video, I will show you or talk about 3 mistakes that you might be making that are absolutely 100% holding you back. And if you don't somehow move past them, the chances of landing a client are very, very low. So mistake number 1 is not being straightforward. Nowadays, copywriters are beating around the bush, replying to stories, liking posts, commenting, asking about the programs, asking about their sales pages, whether they use email marketing or not. And usually when you do this, the prospects can smell that you are about to pitch something in the next few hours, maybe in the next day or two, and they will ghost you or ignore you or try to end the conversation as soon as possible. They might even call you out by looking at your profile and seeing that you are a copywriter. They might even call you out and say, if you're selling something, I don't want it. Beating around the bush kind of used to work about a year ago, but now people are just getting fed up with this. So my advice for you is be straightforward. Tell them right away what you are looking to help them with, what your offer is. By the way, if you want to know how to build a perfect, really good offer, check out the first link down below. For fastest path to cash for absolutely free, you can learn how to build a perfect offer, irresistible, and you will get instant replies. Give them your offer, follow up if you need to, and that's it. You don't need to beat around the bush. Create a conversation, like their posts. Most prospects will actually respect you because you stand out from the others that are trying so hard to slowly go into the pitch. But you are being straightforward. They will respect it. They will look at your offer, consider you, and possibly land them as a client. Mistake number 2 is not tracking your outreach. So basically, tracking your outreach is putting all your prospects in an Excel sheet or Google Sheets, and you track whether they have opened your message, whether they have left you undelivered, whether they have ignored your message, whether they have told you that they don't want your service, what outreach method you used, if you used Instagram, Facebook, email, what message you sent them. All these things, all this information, it's very important. And let me tell you what happens when you don't write it down. Not only do you lose track on which prospects you need to follow up with, but you also lose track of which outreach messages or which outreach channels actually work. When you track your outreach, you know exactly which messages have gotten the most open rates and which messages have not, and which outreach method or which channel doesn't get you any replies. You can also track which prospects have replied to you, so you can put them in a separate sheet and follow up with them consistently until you land them. So basically, when you don't do this, you lose on a lot of clients, and also it makes outreach very difficult for you because it's not organized. So let me know in the comments if you need a separate video on how to track outreach properly, and I will also create a template that you can use for it. So the third mistake you might be making is offering solutions to problems that you cannot solve. You have no education on how to solve them or no experience at all. It actually doesn't matter if you have worked with someone before or not, but what I mean by experience is more like education and practice. For example, you're offering to write 7 emails per week, so daily emails, but you have never written an email before or learned how to write an email. And why I'm telling you this is because a prospect can tell when you have no experience, especially when you're going to show them some value and you're going to show them your experience in writing emails. It also comes down to conviction. So selling to someone is 50% or even more conviction. When you can show someone that you are convinced that you can help them, you can sell them. Even if your outreach skills and selling skills are trash, you can sell them purely with conviction. You need to be so convinced that you can help them that you can sell them on the spot. You've probably heard this before, but before convincing someone, you need to convince yourself first. You need to know that your skills are good, and therefore that conviction will channel over to your prospect, and they will believe, just like you, that you can solve their problem. So to sum it up, landing a client all comes down to your offer, being straightforward, being organized, and your conviction in your own skills so you can sell them. If you want to learn more about this topic and a bunch of other topics related to copywriting and client acquisition, you can click the first link down below, fastest path to cash, absolutely free to enter. You can learn about email marketing, creating content, copywriting, client acquisition, mindset, a bunch of things for absolutely free. Please check it out. There's also a bunch of other videos on this channel about this topic and about other copywriting topics, and you can also check out my channel, which has a bunch of videos about copywriting and outreach and mindset. Thank you so much for watching, and leave your suggestions in the comments.